right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have an update on realignment, and it seems that the Big 12 have 6 schools in which they are eyeing on expansion. And who would ever think that Washington and Oregon would be added in the fold? Let's look at this in the concept of why Washington and Oregon would be added to the fold. Well, let's say, right, the Big 12 only adds Utah, Colorado, Arizona State, and Washington and Oregon is left in the Pac-12. Not only will that be a blow to the Pac-12, right? If they add those 4 schools, that would leave Washington and Oregon on an island, stuck in a situation to where they would be doomed, because it seems like the Big Ten is set on what they're doing moving forward. They are not looking at adding any more schools, and if they do, I believe it's going to be Washington, and then they're going to look towards the ACC, and it wouldn't be any reason to add Washington and Oregon. Now, if Washington and Oregon was to stay in the big Pac-12, when their ship sank, right, that would put them in a bind of becoming independent. Definitely, they would go independent, then to receive less pay. To avoid doing that, they would go ahead and move to the Big 12 and increase the value of the Big 12, and where everyone would earn more money. And that only makes sense. Now, there's been rumors that the Pac-12, that Washington and Oregon would only use the Big 12 as a means of waiting on the Big 10 to call. Now, that may be the case maybe in a decade after the Big 10 get their teams that they want, which is going to be stemming from Notre Dame and the ACC. That's where their mind is focused. And Washington and Oregon to join the Big 12, that would be significant. Not only will it increase the value, but it would also create a more solidified 16-member matchup to where it adds value overall into the future for the likes thereof. They would possibly be equivalent to the SEC. I know this would be kind of difficult to look at, but it would put them in par. I believe if the Big 12 add Oregon, Washington, Arizona State, Utah, and Colorado, that would put them in par with the SEC, period. They would be able to compete with the SEC in football, and we already know the Big 12 is number 1 in basketball. That would solidify them as the big SEC rivalry. Now, that would add value overall. Now, this is something to watch out for. And by the way, the Pac-12 is not in any rush to announce their TV contract by July the 1st, and that's probably because they don't have one, as well as any expansion. Now, they are looking to expand. That is known and it is obvious. And the candidates that they mentioned to expand, and their top 3 pick is Boise State, San Diego State, and SMU. Okay, that 14, who knows? But this is currently on their to-do list as far as adding new members. None of this would be mentioned next week in their media day. So stay tuned, watch out. This is an update from Global News Sports in regards to the Big 12 adding 4 new, or actually having an eye or a plan on adding 6 members from the Pac-12. Let's see what happens. Time is ticking. We're 12 months out. Let's go. All right. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe. Have a great day.